welcome back. As you can see, we're going to be talking about Tiki Shirts today. Doing some spring cleaning. Spring is here, but it looks like we're not going to be able to go outside until the summer now, which is not really funny. It's kind of sad, but got to do something to keep busy, so I decided to take out all my Tiki Shirts and see which ones I need to take to the dry cleaners and which ones I could wash by hand. And this brings up an important point for when you go to buy your Tiki shirt, your Aloha shirt, your Hawaiian shirt, your surfer shirt, your beach shirt, whatever you want to call it. There are some important things to consider. A couple episodes back I talked about Tiki mugs, and I'm not a big Tiki mug guy. I have about 50, but I'm not like nuts. I don't have like walls filled with them. I think 50 is a pretty modest number. But Tiki shirts I have a lot of. Probably not 50, but I do like them a lot. I have no problem with the vintage ones. The vintage ones are really nice, but there are some issues if you go to buy them online. First of all, you don't know if it's authentic. What they do is they take out the labels and they sew in a label, and they say it's a vintage shirt when it might not be. The other issue is fading. I don't know if you could tell here, but this one looked a lot brighter when I bought it online, and I know you could do that electronically. And there was also a little slight rip in the sleeve here. You can't really see it. It's no big deal. But again, if you buy something in perfect condition, you want it to be in perfect condition, obviously. You don't want it with any issues, and you certainly don't want to spend a lot of money for it. This one is really cool. The vintage ones are really cool because the print on it is obviously Hawaiian. We got the pineapples, we got the surfer, we got the last king of Hawaii. We got some tropical flowers, some steam liners, the capital of Hawaii. Really beautiful shirt. The buttons, I don't know if they're original. It doesn't bother me, but if you're spending that kind of money for a vintage shirt, you want to make sure it's all vintage. The other issue with vintage shirts is you don't know what you're getting in terms of size. Once upon a time, I was a small. Put on some weight as you get older, and now I'm a medium. But I know if I get the largest in a vintage shirt, it's probably still going to be snug on me. Whereas today, if I buy a large, it's probably going to fit. It might even be too big. The sizes fluctuate from manufacturer to the country of its origin to so many different things. So size could be an issue. The other issue is material. Cotton, probably something you don't want to wear out in the sun a lot. The colors are going to fade. And if you're on the beach a lot, you want something that's made of, a synthetic material like nylon. Not polyester that gets too hot. I forget what these are made of, but these are great. And these are newer shirts. This one I bought from Eddie Bauer. I've had this over 10 years. Take it on the beach. Every time I go out in the sun, the thing is still great. The same thing here. I think I bought this at Old Navy. And the colors stand up. The material stands up. I could wear this to the park, to the supermarket, to the beach. I could really beat up on it. And if it does get damaged, I don't care, but it's pretty durable. And when I do find a newer shirt like this that I really like, I buy two of them, because one stays in the closet. I keep nice and in good shape, in good condition, and the other one I just take to knock around. You notice this one here? This one I really like. It's in black. It's got the tiki, the surfboard, the palm trees, the sea turtles. I liked it so much, I bought the other one here in blue, or turquoise, or baby blue, whatever you want to call that. And it doesn't have to be all tiki all the time. This one is a guest shirt. It was very chic at the time. I bought this in the 1990s. Now it's considered vintage. It still fits me, thank God. And this is more of a surfer shirt, and I love it. It's so nice. It's light. It's made really well. I don't know where this one was made, but 25 years ago they really made these things very well. You wondering what these are? This one is obviously a Hawaiian shirt. It's got the palm trees. These two I really like because they're long sleeves. Now you say, why do you need long sleeves in the summer? Well, New York is not a tropical climate. Sometimes you go to a party in the middle of the winter, like December or January, like Exotica Night at Rain's Law Room in Manhattan, and you're going to want to wear a t-shirt underneath, and you're going to want long sleeves. They don't make a lot of Tiki shirts with long sleeves, so if you see one, make sure that you like it. This one's more of a print. I don't know if it's an African print. I don't know if it's Aztec. I don't know what you would call that. This one's from Johari West. Made of cotton. As you can see, it's a little wrinkled. I have to iron that one. And this one, I like this one, but doesn't have a top pocket. I like top pockets for, my cell phone, my glasses, my sunglasses, whatever the case may be. But if you see a long sleeve shirt, Doesn't hurt to have one if you do want to do the whole tiki thing in the cooler weather. You don't want to be walking around with a short sleeve shirt. I'm always cold. That's why I like the tropics so much. The last thing to consider are the buttons. Like, I took this shirt and I took it to the dry cleaner, but they have two modes. They have the dry cleaning and they have the regular wash. They say we can't do it in regular wash. These buttons will break too easily. Okay, now I don't mind paying $2 for a shirt that I love, and you can't really replace this shirt for $2. So I don't wear the shirt often. I only wear it because it's a little bit dressier. And yeah, I'll spend the extra $1 or $2 to have it dry cleaned. Not like this one. This one I could just stick in the wash. That's the other thing. If you're just knocking around the house or going to the beach or going to the park, you could throw this in the washer. It's almost wrinkle-free. You don't even have to iron it. And it's got the white buttons that are easier to replace. These are good daytime shirts. This one on the end, this is like a formal going out to dinner shirt. It's not really tiki. It's not really bowling, but it is black and it has some really cool prints on there. You really can't take anything for granted. Last year at this time, we were at the Bronx in Yankee Stadium. I was with my wife and my cousins, and we went to go see a game, and we went to the souvenir shop. Yeah, remember that? Remember going out to baseball games? The world has changed so much in the last month, and in the last year, it's amazing that we were huddled up in the Bronx in the stadium, going through crowded souvenir shops. You really can't take this stuff for granted. I know I never will again. I don't think any of us will. But we were in the souvenir shop, and there was a beautiful tiki shirt with the Yankee logo on there. My wife wanted to get it for me. It was around my birthday. It was last spring. And I look at the price, and it was something like $125. I'm like, $125? What is it made out of? I don't know if it was because it was made out of silk, or it was the marketing rights with the logo, or whatever the case may be, but I wasn't going to spend $120 for a tiki shirt. And it was nice, but again, I want something that I can knock around, and I don't want to walk around and feel like I don't want to get it stained, I don't want to get it damaged, or whatever. Yeah, if it's a nicer event, I will wear the vintage ones at night, or some of the nicer ones at night, but I think the whole purpose of Aloha shirts and tiki shirts was just something simple and casual. You can wear it anywhere. It's nothing fancy. It's not your Armani shirt or anything like that. It was meant to be worn and to have fun and go to the beach, not worry about it fading, not worry about the salt water eating away at it. So remember just to explore all your options. Another great tip is I bought some of these at the end of the season last year. I think it was October, and they were like 40% off. So like a $30 shirt I got for like less than $15. And because the fact is that they don't want to have to box all these things up and put them in storage or send them back to headquarters. It's going to cost them money. It's going to cost more money to ship back to wherever it's got to go than to just sell it at a rock bottom price. So go in the early spring, go in the late fall, and you'll get a tremendous price on these shirts, and that's what they're meant for. They're supposed to be cheap, knock-around shirts. They're not supposed to be fancy. They're supposed to be fun. These aren't all my shirts. I'm going to go through the closet. I'm going to see what needs to be dry cleaned, what I could clean at home, and when the dry cleaner does open again, I guess I'll get them in there. I keep the plastic on them to keep them nice and fresh and away from any moths that could eat at them if there are any. I don't have that problem, but I'm still overcautious, especially with these vintage shirts. You don't want to spend $100, $50, $100, $150 on a vintage shirt and have it eaten by insects or moths or even discoloration. So leave those plastics on them that you get from the dry cleaner. Well, I certainly hope to see you out and about soon. I don't know how much longer this can go on. It's a real bummer, but I'm really looking forward to the days when I could go to the park down the street and wear my shirt and just take in some fresh air. Usually I'm worried about allergies at this time. Now I'm just worried if I'm ever going to be able to go out again. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. In any case, mahalo, and we hope to see you again. Cheers.